Coming at you live from DNHQ in beautiful South Pasadena, California. This is the Blue Heaven Podcast. Happy Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on out there, Dodgers Nation? My name is just overdoing. My name is Clayton. You can find me as Real FRG on Twitter and Instagram.
I just want to know who that personality was that you just overtook there. It's kind of weird. I didn't really like it. We should start over. I don't want to do this show anymore. Guys, my name is Brooke. You can find me at BrookeMe3 on Twitter and Instagram. On today's show, we're going to recap that Astros series. I was at game one. You were not at either.
Nope,
you weren't at either of them.
I watched it all. I knew it would be a zoo, and boy, was it much more than I anticipated. We're also worried about Clayton Kershaw and the boy Tony Smokes. We're going to talk a little bit about that. The Dodgers made some moves. Of course, we saw one of them. Mad Max Scherzer shoves in his first start with the Dodgers. The Dodgers go out and sign Cole Hamels. There's a bit of a Trevor Bauer update that doesn't really change too much in the 2021 season. And we're going to play Let 'em Fan or DFA Fan Edition a little bit later. It's also Throwback Thursday. We'll have some fun with that. I think we're talking Kenley Janssen for no particular reason, right? No particular reason?
Because...
So before we get into all that, before we get into your comments, everybody hanging out here live with us at 6 o'clock, we appreciate you guys letting us go a little earlier because I've been here all day. And that sucks. We got to remind you, if you could rate and review our show on iTunes, that'd mean a whole lot. We're on iTunes. We're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Pandora, Stitcher Radio, everywhere podcasts are available for free. We live there. If you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. We'll be very happy if you did that.
We will be very happy. Guys, don't forget, this is a live show. We do this sometimes twice a week.
Mostly
once a week.
I think
Mostly twice a week.
We've done twice a week all season, I think.
We've been pretty consistent about it. I hate my life, but we're always here.
Kind of our job.
We're always live. We're always in the flesh. So make sure you guys drop into the comments. Let us know where you're repping Dodgers Nation tonight. We want to shout you out in the comments because, we like talking to people. I almost broke my chair right now.
We're proud of you. Let's dig into the comments in here. We got Strider. Other letters. Wake up, fellas. We're supposed to wake up. Are you got to wake up?
Is he talking to us or the team?
I mean, I was pretty. Oh, it's got to be the team right on. Roach said my coworker checked out your podcast and he said he hated it. Hey Eric, you souk the big tuna. We're not for everybody. Eat fresh.
Eat shit, Derek.
Eric.
Yeah, I know, but that's from Step Brothers.
Oh, and we're learning.
Anthony says, yo, happy Thursday, my dudes. Anthony, good to see you as always. Ari says, Ari is going to the game tomorrow. Who's tomorrow? Angels game tomorrow.
Angels,
That's right, Freeway Series. That's what it is.
They're real fans of Los Angeles, so they want to come see.
Los Angeles Angels. Baseball Heaven says, go Dodgers.
Fernando Tatis is in the stream, noted troll, and
noted
he says,
Dodger fan, yeah.
Says, can we have Bellinger? Sure. What do you got?
Not much. Will Myers.
He'll take that stupid chain.
Leslie says, hi guys, I was right about the fights. They were just in the stands. Oh boy.
Ivan's checking in from 323 out in Crenshaw. Get Bellinger away from this team. Cody's a bit of a problem. Moose checking in on the YouTube saying what is going on. Clint and Brooke. Stuff. We're existing. Appreciate the love. The love here. Existing-ish. Swag Daddy McGee said, hey, since Joshua is now unemployed, you could reach out to his manager, Jet, and maybe get him on the show. Would you have Josh Reddick on the show?
Let me follow this up. If we had Josh Reddick on the show, would it just be me and him? Do you think you would just facilitate a conversation between me and Josh Reddick?
Oh, so you want me to be like the mod?
Yeah.
All right.
You have to like.
It's just gonna be all like. Do I have a?
Yeah. You cut me off. Like you have to cut my mic and you have to cut his mic because we're just gonna go at each other. He doesn't even know who I am, but over and over again.
We'll talk more about that cuck a little bit later in the show. Richard Hooker's in the stream. What is going on? Brian says, "Oi, the Diamondbacks failed us all. The Diamondbacks had leads in most of these games against against the Giants and lost them. They are a very bad team." And it's got to say something when you get released from one of the worst teams in baseball. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. First things first, I wanted to shout out the winner of this week's Chancer game. We had to do Chancer Wednesday because there was no game on Thursday, and that's no fun. But Lico Lopez, I'm assuming I'm saying Lopez right.
I think you got that part down at least.
Or Washushe. Couldn't help myself.
Yeah.
On that's the name on the game and on Twitter. Lico won a $200 Fanatics gift card by playing along with us on Dodgers Nation Chancer game. We have our weekly Chancer Thursdays, and you know what? To win a $200 gift card is pretty cool. We play every single week, mostly on Thursday, sometimes on Wednesday when we have to. But Lico got 6 out of 9. A lot of people did pretty well in this particular game, but tune in next week. We'll announce the next game. We'll talk a bit about it, and you have a chance to win something. Also, Lico's like an artist, so go check out their social media if you like something. Commission a print.
How many points did you score this week?
I guess I did lower. I didn't look. I was real busy, all right? You know.
I came in second.
You can't even see.
I can't win.
You can't see. So.
I can't win. I also can't see. My eyes are real bad.
I'm also the leading point getter in all games. So what up with that?
Yeah, you've just been playing every week. I skipped like 2 weeks, probably.
Okay, Chief.
I did the real quick, like I got to fill this out type of thing. You know that situation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing something today?
I'm just looking through some of the comments here. Ivan says we can't blame the Diamondbacks. They are the worst team in baseball. Blame the Dodgers for blowing every chance to gain ground, and my God, have they. Again.
Real good at that.
22 and 25 against teams over 500. You can't have a losing record against teams better than you and expect to win in the World Series, where, surprise, surprise, you face teams that are better than you.
Yeah, it tends to happen.
Speaking of teams that are better than the Dodgers on paper, but not as people, the Astros came to town.
I see.
And so you were at Game 1.
I was at Game 1.
Against your will because nobody wanted to buy your tickets.
No, real sad about it. Did not want to go to that game.
How was the zoo?
It was.
Back to you in the studio.
Listen, I've been going to Dodger Stadium a long time.
At least 3 months.
I go to Giants games where that's supposed to be the most heated situation because there are actual Giants fans that come out to the stadium in droves, so it gets a little wild out there. But I have never seen more people escorted out of a game than when I was there on Tuesday. So many people got taken out of the game, and for the most part, first couple innings they kind of let people get away with some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they kind of let it ride out, like, hey, stop that. A bunch of people throwing stuff in the stands, like, hey, stop that. Towards the end of the game, they had LAPD escorting people out. They had security teams just grabbing people and taking them, like by the dozens, like from the pavilions. So I was doing my best to hide, like from everybody, because there were too many people there, and I was with Mrs. and I don't think either of us really wanted to shield you. Yeah, I don't think either of us really wanted to be around too many people, and it was nuts, absolutely insane.
Yeah, it was
fun though.
I mean, that was honestly one of the reasons why I wouldn't want to go to that kind of game. Was one, I knew there's going to be a lot of problem children. There was definitely going to be antagonizers on the other side of it, or even just people who see a protest happen and go and start a riot. There was going to be bad people. There was going to be bad blood in that series, and there was going to be apparently a lot of beer and other objects thrown.
Man, imagine throwing $20 at somebody.
I would prefer the cash.
Yeah.
Throw
the money.
Yeah, exactly. Just not the equivalent of $20. Unless the beer is thrown at me unopened, because then I might have a chance to salvage the beer. But at Dodger Stadium, they're like, no, you have to open it. If you don't, it could kill somebody.
I will say there were a lot of Dodger fans doing funny stuff there, but one of the louder crowds that I've ever heard, and that's including like Game 2 World Series, like that kind of energy. There were also the people that made us look not so great, and they happened to outnumber the people who made us look great that night. Because there was a couple clips of people just
were just the most recorded ones.
That's true. Yeah, you're not gonna record the funny guy. You're gonna record the guy that's hitting an Astros fan that's just sitting down, and that guy's gonna get the fame. Or the guy headbutting the dude in the face like as he's walking up the steps and stealing his phone. Where I'm like, oh come on, guys, I get it, but I think more Dodgers fans fought other Dodgers fans. Than any Astro fan, which, if you're an Astro fan, good on you.
Good on you. You did your part. Just showing up shooketh some folks. But there's a number of things I thought was I thought was really dumb, or I thought were really dumb. There was some dumb shit that happened in that series. We got people throwing back every single baseball that touched like fan. That was weird.
I know, it's like foul balls thrown back. I'm like, it's a foul ball, guys. Keep it. Give it to somebody.
I know in the post game, Walker was asked about it, and he's like, it's Walker Buehler. He's never going to say anything bothers him. But you ask Will, your brother, Will Smith.
My brother,
Will Smith, yeah. And because his last name is Smith. You can find him on the internet.
Me and everybody.
And Will was like, yeah, it's kind of a lot. I'm like, proud of him for sticking through it.
Yeah, he's basically saying like, there's stoppages and stuff all the time, but like when there's that many, I don't think I've ever seen that many. And if you were watching on TV, they kept cutting back to Walker's face every time that something would happen, and you could just see it in him. They're like, I'm rolling. I got 2 strikes right now. It's a full count right now. Like, don't stop me.
Through all of that, I mean, Walker effing Buehler, man.
The dude shoved, man. I mean,
without his best stuff, without his best brain to be able to focus.
Yep.
And not even throw into the honorable and great Austin Barnes.
I will note that I've also never heard anybody booed louder than when Todd Lights had made the announcement to stop throwing stuff onto the field. Like people lost it all night long, but like when he made the announcement, obviously passed down like, "Hey, Todd, you got to make this announcement." And he was probably like, "Ah, crap."
Yeah. Poor Todd. He's a nice friend, a friend of the show. He's a nice
good
boy.
voice, Todd. Yeah.
But 6 innings, 1 run for Walker. You can't ask for too much better. Battling through. I mean, both sides were going to be very up in arms, very trying their hardest. I mean, first pitch swinging, Altuve said a whole lot, and he did not miss that dong by very much, which is weird because he's usually about eye level to a dong.
In your face, sucker!
That's pretty good, yeah. You really set yourself up for that one, huh?
Really just all happened.
Yep.
But Dodger bats do not show up even slightly against that bitch-ass Lance McCullers Jr.
Lance McChicken Jr.
Lance McChicken.
Went 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position, leave 10 runners on base. Cody was... Everybody was... Let me preface it by saying this. I think that he maybe got too much of the brunt of the hate on Tuesday night. I will say... Man, he looked bad in the box, and man, he continues to look very bad in the box. I worry about him a lot, but we'll get to that. But Game 2, you absolutely nailed Game 2. Everything that you said would come true came true. You said they didn't score any runs. They look like crap. They didn't back up a really good pitcher, so they're going to put up a ton of runs the next night. They ended up putting up runs pretty early, but they put up a bunch of runs.
Then I started watching, and they just stopped.
That's your fault. That's on you.
Yeah, I apologize for wanting to watch the game. There was also that problem where most of LA, people are already used to not being able to watch the game, but a whole bunch of people couldn't watch the game because there was like some weird technical thing going on with SNLA. But the sports or the Spanish broadcast was going, so I got home and I'm hearing Pepe and Fernando and Jaime, and I'm like, you guys aren't Joe. This is all wrong.
Yo?
Eventually they got it figured out. Max Scherzer, I mean, you can't... We'll get more into Max Scherzer in a minute, but you can't draw up a much better debut than what you got out of Max Scherzer. But before we talk about the fun, the good things, the new Dodger, and all the fun stuff, that's it. There's no more Astros. We're done with them unless something happens in the postseason, unless there's some sort of magical matchup in the postseason. So,
that would be interesting.
It's more likely right now for the Astros to get there than the Dodgers. It feels like Dodgers on that struggle bus. But the question is, and you're the one who set it up, is this thing finally over? Like, can fans, the greater majority of fans, move on now?
I thought before the series, I thought that this would be it. I thought, this is the last time we're going to see them this year. Are they on the schedule for next year? I don't even remember seeing them on there. I don't think they are.
No, it's AL Central teams.
Yep. So, they're not there next year. So there's a good chance we don't see them for a while. So when they come back, is it going to be different? In my mind, I was like, yeah, it's going to be way different. Like, I just don't think that fans are going to hold on to it that long. But I have never... ever experienced Dodger Stadium like that, with more hate and anger towards players on the field like that. So I don't know. I mean, you look at the poll that we put up on our DN Twitter account, and it's it was very heavily in one favor. Like very heavily, everyone's like, no, this is not it. We're not done.
As of right now, and there's about 14 hours left, there's been close to 4,000 votes, or if not, it's probably more. 64%. So the greater majority of people say no, it is not over. Where do you stand on it?
Personally, I mean, for me, even coming into the series, I was like, look, I'm pretty much over it. Like, we got our World Series. I feel better about it. There are guys and people in the world who missed out on it. There are people who are no longer with us that missed out on it, and that sucks, and I feel for them. But also at the same time, I'm like, I can't hold on to this forever and just hate for no reason. I mean, the thing that really got me is like there are people that are on this Astros team that had nothing to do with any of this, and there are people like booing Kyle Tucker. I was like, he wasn't there. He has no idea what's happening. I mean, he knows what's happening.
But there was only 4 people when McChicken.
Yeah, there wasn't many people. They're going through the lineup. They're going through the lineup, and you're like, okay, Altuve, Correa, okay, McCullers is there, etc. Bregman wasn't in the lineup. He's not, with the team right now. He's on rehab, but you're just looking through it and they're like, eventually these guys are going to be gone. Fast forward 2-3 years from now, they all might be gone, which is wild to think about.
Altuve will be around because I think they have him to a pretty hefty long-term contract.
I think no matter what, he's going to have to stay in Houston because no one's going to take that dude anymore.
Correa's a free agent. Somebody's going to want that.
Somebody's going to take him. Yep.
As annoying as he is, that dude is a captain on the infield and somebody you want on your team usually. And, he's one of the people who did own up to the whole cheating thing.
Eventually. But also he was one of the loudest ones. And he's one of the boohoo society, marchers who's like, just get over it. Like, enough. Somebody pointed out one person that got booed like more than anyone that was not on the team in 2017 was Brantley, because people don't know if he was on the team in 2017. And I remember thinking for a second, I was like, was he on the 2017 team? And I was like, okay, that's why people are booing him, because they don't know. And I just thought it was pretty funny.
And he's good. He usually hits like a mofo.
He does.
So that's annoying. He should stop doing that. That's real rude.
My question was, if that's the case, if from Twitter and basing it off my experience of the game, if fans aren't over it and that's not it, does this disclosure ever come? Do we have to wait for the next generation of fans so that we're not passing it on to our kids over and over again? Like, you hate the Astros. You have to know this. I was walking behind a dad explaining to his 5-year-old daughter why we hate the Astros. And I was thinking, I was like, she's going to grow up and hate the Astros. There's no way she doesn't. So I was like, wait, how long does this go on? Do we just keep doing this? Is this what it is now?
Passed along generation to generation.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be, it will run deep and it will be baseball wide forever. But the fire, the extreme vitriol will fade out. It'll just be one of those things where you're supposed to hate these people, but you kind of forget why. We'll all know. But the asterisk isn't on Wikipedia. It's not in the Hall of Fame. Eventually it'll be forgotten. But, hey, whatever. There's a baseball lockout coming in the offseason. So it's our last season anyways. Let's go. What's up, boy?
There's 2 Astros fans talking to themselves in the comments.
Hey, guys, Matt, drop a super chat if you want us to read your comments. Astros fans only, $1,000.
Yeah. Only $4.99, and we'll read one word of your comment.
$1,000. Moving on a little bit. Mad Max, you were not there, but we did watch it from our phones. You went to the wrong game, we know. But again,
I sold tickets to the Wednesday game. That's
everything you could have hoped for. You got out of Mad Max in that damn debut. It was fun. He was dealing. You had the oh no immediately with the Brantley homer, and then he just settled in, shoved, got everybody a jumbo jack on his own in 7 innings. That's elite stuff. That's Hall of Fame stuff. By the way, he's 37. He's 38 in I think a month or two, and still hitting 97, dotting it.
No, it's like a good 97 too. It's not just like a let me throw as hard as I can and hit 97.
You go out, you join a new team, and you get the first curtain call of your career, egged on by Clayton Kershaw, telling them, go give the people what they want. Won the offseason, man. You guys won the trade deadline when you make a move like that, but the problem is that's one dude. We still don't have Trey Turner. That's one dude. Just that little bit of love to Max Scherzer there. He goes again on Tuesday in Philadelphia. But you look at it, and it does paint the picture into a giant hole in the pitching staff where initially it was going to be Clayton Kershaw coming back on Saturday. And now he's not even throwing a ball. Kershaw's out, like we know. He's got the forearm strain. It happened just before the All-Star break, just before 4th of July. He was supposed to start on that Saturday or whatever. It was a late scratch. He's supposed to throw a sim game on Sunday. It didn't happen. He was supposed to pitch on Saturday here in L.A. against Anaheim, the Angels. They're from Anaheim.
They're from Anaheim.
Yeah. It's not happening now. And from what Dave Roberts said, but they're in idle mode, and verbatim or quote, we're throwing in Anthony Gonsolin as well, our friend of the show. But both of them are idle mode, and as Dave said, when they pick up a baseball, it will be news. It's got to be pretty troubling.
It went from 10-day stint pre All-Star break, something that when they said forearm strain, we kind of knew like, ooh,
he never had that.
Good. That's never been something that he's had before. And it also timed up, unfortunately, because it also happened to time up with the entire sticky stuff thing, which we know has been a problem for pitchers. Gripping the ball harder, having to grip it deeper into their hand, having to put more stress on their elbow from what it sounds like. That could be an issue. So I stressed about it super early on. But then there was like he's coming back. He's throwing already. It's good. Make us feel good. Dave fluffed us up. Dave the Fluffer. We appreciate you, Dave. How much more serious is this injury than we're being led to believe? Because I got to think that it's more serious than they're making it sound. Because him not picking up a baseball at this point, like completely shutting him down again, that's a concern, especially at his age.
When we heard it at first, we were pretty concerned, and then Dave and it was just kind of backed off. It was like, no, he's gonna be fine. Like you said, he should be. It should just be a 10-day stint. He should be back right after the All-Star break, and then it just kept pushing out, and now it's been a month. Over a month since his last start. Like James Pineda says here on the YouTube, forearm strain always screams Tommy John. And I think I mentioned it in the last show. It's like Kershaw never having any sort of forearm issue. Right. It kind of scares me because he doesn't know like what he's looking for exactly.
Right.
So it's real weird. It's real uncomfortable. It does feel a lot more serious than we're being led to believe. So what are the odds that a season happens anymore?
There is actual real cause for concern because of that. He's in the last year of his contract. You hope that it's not his last year with the Dodgers. It probably won't be his last year with the Dodgers, personally. But the fact that he's been shut down this long, he doesn't necessarily need a ramp-up period to get going again, and at least not a significant one, regardless of whether he picks up the ball this week or 3 weeks from now. But it is concerning to be this close to the end of it, it being the season, and for him to not be throwing at all, and to keep calling it lingering soreness. That's something that just does not seem to be going away. And again, you guys hinted at the Tommy John and how that's always connected to forearm strains. It's obviously not always connected to forearm strains, and the two are, they're mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
But there's a reason to be concerned. And I think that, the Scherzer move was something that was kind of necessary. You have a bunch of holes in your starting rotation. You got a bunch of uncertainty with guys that are sitting out there, including Bauer. David Price is probably not your answer down the playoff stretch. No. So they filled that gap pretty obviously. But I got to think that Kershaw's situation kind of motivated it as well, as like an additional shove. But on the plus side of that, you do have guys to fill the spots. You do have guys to kind of carry you throughout the postseason, because I think at this point, like Max Scherzer is going to have to be the guy to carry you into October along with Walker Buehler, obviously. But you look at a potential playoff rotation. Let's say Clayton Kershaw's not in it, and in this particular situation, we're going to say he's not in it, not assuming, but you got Scherzer, you got Buehler, you got Julio, and then you have kind of a flex spot with David Price, and a recently signed Cole Hamels is now in the mix for things, and he's probably a month out from making a start, maybe less, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, that's the problem. That dude is a straight up wild card, because he's pitched in one game since 2019 season.
Right.
It's now August. The season ends the first few days into October. That's not a whole lot of time to ramp up, really get your kind of sea legs back under you on the, I guess, your baseball, your diamond legs under you in games, learn what's working against big league hitters. The minor league season's not that much longer, and you actually got two guys with him and Danny Duffy that we would assume that Hamels is going to be a dude that ends up in the rotation. Duffy says he's open to relief or whatever role. Hamels signing is good. But it's another one of those things that turns out to be concerning because of
I think
Gonsolin, because of Kersh. D-May's out. Bauer's not coming back.
I think if you look at it, though, it's worst case scenario, he's a long relief guy. And that's what it seems like to me, is like they're kind of planning on a situation where it's like we're gonna build him up as a starter, and if he happens to go back into the bullpen come October, or if he's ready to go back into the bullpen come October, then that's where he'll be, and that's a solid situation to be in, because you also have guys like Victor Gonzalez who are just not locked in and just do not look like their normal selves this year. I mean, Victor very well might be on the verge of a demotion because of how just bad he's been over the past couple of weeks, or really this whole year. David Price, again, not a dude that you're probably going to want in your playoff rotation, but he might very well end up in your playoff rotation, and that can be okay for the number 4 spot. Tony Gonsolin, I think, is probably on track to end up in the playoff bullpen, from what I can tell.
We've seen him do the opener bulk guy, and if you can get an opener that can get you 2, 3, 4 innings, they could probably piecemeal the rest of a game out
to be followed up by Scherzer, Buehler after those, so that it works out like that.
So there's good feelings with that. You really hope Kershaw finds his way up. Tim's in the stream. Tim says Victor getting demoted needs to happen. Victor definitely not been good. It hasn't been talked about enough. Dave talked about it a little bit. He's not hitting his spots at all. The slider is lacking depth to where it needs to go, because again, he's not hitting his spots at all.
Right.
Just not hitting the zone even slightly. 2 walks all of last year. I think he has like 19 or something this year.
I think Vesey is better than him right now, honestly. Oof. And that's, I think he's going to be good long term, but he's still not there. But I still think he's better than Victor right now. And I don't know if this is who Victor is. I mean, we're still kind of learning, who he actually is as a pitcher, because last year I don't think was indicative of his entire career or what he's going to be. I think he just got put in the best spots possible.
Yeah.
This year, I also think he's getting put into really bad spots. So there's balance there. I don't know what he's going to be. I don't think that control is also him either. I don't know. Maybe he's still hurt. Who knows?
So I'll admit. So Ari says, "Can you give us some optimism? We have been pretty down."
Max Scherzer's on our team, dude.
Yeah, we gave him Max Scherzer. Trey Turner.
Hell yeah, Trey Turner's coming up.
If he lives.
He's the comeback I live.
He's fine. By all accounts, he's fine. He's also picking number 6. So I'm going Trey Day, by the way, from Jerry Harrison Jr. That's me the name.
Trey Day.
Your man Trey Day in the lineup. Yeah, that's what
training day.
So there's some good stuff. There's 2 good stuff. That's about it. I'm not overly optimistic. Pollock's, I can't say it. I'm not allowed to.
You're not allowed to be nice to him.
I'm not allowed to.
I do fear a situation in which AJ Pollock somehow gets benched. Somehow.
I mean,
look, all I'm saying is if Cody Bellinger's playing and AJ Pollock is sitting, once Trey Turner's in the lineup, and you go with Cody over AJ, Dave, I've had a lot of faith in you, and I've supported you for a long time, and I've backed you up on a lot of your decisions.
I know where you work,
and I know you're smarter than me, and I know you're better at your job than I am, but that would be unforgivable, and I will have some questions. I
thought we were supposed to be positive.
Yeah. Sorry, optimism. Cody's gonna get a haircut probably soon.
I do think it's a problem.
Over and over and over again on Twitter, it's just people like, just tell him to cut his hair, just make him cut his hair. And at first I was like, what's wrong with you people? And then now I'm like, there might be something to that.
I.E. Doyer says Cody does have a strong arm. Put him in the bullpen. Another
go.
power bullpen, lefty. Yeah. There it is. We fixed it.
Get a crop going.
Optimized.
Optimization.
That's what optimism, right?
Yeah, that's what
it means.
Exactly,
right on. Moving on a little bit. Let's let's not be optimistic or positive in any way, because that's not what we're good at. That's not our jam right now. Our jam is talking about Throwback Thursdays with our friends over at Vintage Brand. Guys, our friends at Vintage Brand have over 10,000 unique logos of your favorite professional sports teams and colleges, including your Los Angeles Dodgers. There are sweaters, T-shirts, drinks, posters, canvases. You have these, coaster, or what are they called? Can insulators that we use. Go to vintagebrand.com/site/subscribe. Sign up for their newsletter, I guess it technically is. Just go sign up over there. You can save 40% off your first purchase of some cool new Dodger swag. And, them holidays are coming up around the corner. Just saying. For this week's
Halloween?
Yeah. Postseason's a holiday.
All right.
Anyway, I got me thinking, throwing back. Do you remember when Kenley Janssen used to be good? That's our Throwback Thursday.
I remember
topic.
that year.
That's our topic for the day, guys. I was trying to find a cleaner, nicer way to do it. I couldn't.
Remember that 3-month period this year where he was real good?
Yeah.
2.5 month period where he's real good.
Yeah.
Then came out of the All-Star break. He didn't even go to Colorado. He doesn't even have an excuse.
He was miffed.
He didn't even sleep in one of those beds.
He was miffed to be not in the All-Star game or something, and then all of a sudden he's not that good. But
Man, he's been bad since the All-Star break.
Kenley Janssen is our closer, but will he be in October? Last night he comes in the 4-run lead right away. Just didn't look good. He was a ball away from bringing the tying run to the plate. Gave up a 2-run home run. How you feeling about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dave thinks it's a good outing.
Well, look, here's what I asked Dave yesterday. I said, I set him up a little bit. I think I set him up for failure a little bit. It might be on me. Because I had said, hey, what did you think of his outing? Do you think that, Kyle Tucker hitting that home run was kind of a fluke because it was, 5-6 inches up out of the zone, kind of just turned around on him? Dave's like, yeah, you look at the outing and it's really, it's easy to look at the home run.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not a bad outing.
It was up in the air for a while.
He did get 3 strikeouts. Yeah. I mean, he did strike out 3 batters. So I guess you got to give him that. But also, if you look at the guys he struck out, you're like, you probably should have got those guys out anyways. Aledmus Diaz hitting a single off him to start the inning. The dude came in with a 4-run lead. 5-run lead? 4-run lead?
4-run.
4-run lead.
Would have been a 5-run lead if it wasn't for, old
Fan.
glove boy, Bartman Jr. or Bartman 2, the second coming of Steve Bartman. You want to talk about that for a second before we get back into Kenley? You want to play? No, we'll wait. We'll wait. Like you said, Kenley threw 22 pitches, got 3 punchy. He served up a homer, got a single or single homer. Didn't look good. Just plainly didn't look good until he eventually kind of locked in against the bottom of the lineup. And that's troubling because that's the dude they really want closing games in October, and that's a problem. But first, we're going to hear from Dave after this guy's question.
I think it's easy to look at the base hit and the home run, but I think that the 22 pitch exercise, what he did, I think was pretty good. So, like I've said all along, we need him to be good to be the best version of our ball club.
He needs to be the best version of the ball club.
He only threw 22 pitches, man. It was a great outing.
So he was good to go today.
Yeah. Let me put it this way. He should not have been in that game in the first place.
No.
I think it was more of a situation of look, there's going to be a 4-day period for him, so let's just get him in a ball game.
Yeah.
Monday off, didn't play Tuesday, get him in Wednesday, takes off Thursday, back in there Friday, just get him some innings, get him an inning, whatever it takes. I probably shouldn't have been in there, but whatever. If you need work to get done, you need work to get done. But man, people were real upset about what Dave had to say. People were more upset about what Dave had to say about Kenley than Kenley's actual performance. And that, I think, is really telling of where we are right now. Because you look at people.
Same thing. It's been years of, that's our guy. I trust him there. I want him in that situation. That's our guy.
Well, let's be happy about it. He only has a couple more months of being that guy for Dave. So it's a good thing for us. We won't have to hear that excuse anymore. I don't know, man. If you're looking at it, you're looking at the trajectory that we're on, maybe Kenley can correct course halfway through the second half of the season. Maybe he can get back to what he was doing. Can he do it in time for October? I don't know. So do you think come playoff time, he's closing games for us? Because I don't see a situation in which he's closing every playoff game for us.
No, because by then, Corey Knebel's going to be back. We'll talk about him a little bit in a minute, but I think Dave really wants him to. I think he's going to try to force that to happen. He shouldn't be. It should be more closer by committee. It should be matchup based, i.e., Kenley should go into a game when he has less than zero chance of facing the top of the order against a very good hitting team. To be fair, the Astros are one of the best hitting teams in baseball, but also he didn't face the heart of the lineup or anything like that. He tried to almost face them. He always tried to face the lead, the top of the lineup. Man, Blake Treinen's the answer. Straight up the answer. He should be the guy. He's looked really good. He's coming in and just shutting dudes down, shutting down the opponent in on like 9, 10, 11 pitches and just ho-hum, that's my day. I'm good.
I mean, every peripheral from him tells you that he should be the closer. Every number that you can throw out there is just like, yeah, that guy should be locking down games in the ninth. Absolutely. It's at a point now where Dave's trying to line it up so that Blake faces the better hitters in the eighth, and then Kenley ends up with the lesser hitters in the ninth.
Which is, I mean, to be honest, it is ideal. But if Kenley can't mentally handle the ninth, you got to reassess. And if he's getting dudes out in the sixth or seventh, and Blake's in the eighth, and Corey Knebel's the dude in the ninth if he comes back healthy, whatever. Just as long as it's not, if it is a mental thing, which it's starting to kind of feel like again, I think that Giant series cracked him hard again. It was a sucker punch to all of us, but especially to him. I think he probably thought he earned a little bit more boo leeway, and he got it quick and hard from the fans. That first one, man, Kenley's not for a team that's playoff hopes are already somewhat dwindling, because as of the time we're recording, the Dodgers are 4 games back of first. So not playoff hopes, sorry. Division hopes are dwindling. You're 4 games back of first. You only play the division leading Giants 3 more times all season. They still keep spouting the whole we're in control of our destiny. No, you're not. You're absolutely not. You are creating more hurdles. They keep losing games when the Giants lose, and they lose games when the Giants win. They can't match up on gaining any ground in the standings. And September's gonna be here real quick, and then all of a sudden, like you start running out of time. Been there. We've been there. We watched it. So. You really can't entrust Kenley in these as another extended season-long audition for the postseason. When you're trying to get this this damn non-wild card spot, because wild card spot, it's anybody's game and it's annoying. It's a weak ass series. We're not celebrating a wild card.
I might if we somehow make it through that bullshit. Anyways. That sucks. I don't look forward to that. I really don't look forward to having that debate for the next 2 months. Really not looking forward to that.
This really is a drab show.
You know what, guys? It's not getting any better. We're not heading in a good direction. I'll tell you that.
Go ahead. Talk about something else.
Well, the next thing up is the Trevor Bauer update. So, really trending in the right direction, guys. Real positive show.
Do we even want to talk about that?
I mean, considering that where we're at now, I would probably say no, because it's just been real sad, this show. And I apologize for that, guys. We didn't mean to do that.
We need to take a pause on that. So, apparently there have been some folks like DMing or commenting around the internet saying that we've had a cease and desist from Trevor Bauer's people. No. Not even slightly. They emailed us once, and as they do with a lot of sites, and they asked for changes that paint them in a better picture, which is their whole thing. They're all just trying to spin dock this thing, but we're free to talk about them. We just don't like talking about them. It's a gross situation. It's a gross dude. Great.
Cease and desist.
Great. That's slander now.
You can cease and desist these nuts.
and those little bitches will come after me for calling him gross.
It's too late. You're the face now.
Mm-hmm. When I say those little bitches, I mean his representation. So his
cease and desist.
His leave was extended today to the 13th.
Good on ya.
For now, it's going to be extended again. He's not going to pitch again this year because even if somehow magically everything is like just wiped away after his hearing, which it won't be, he's got to ramp back up. Dude has not been throwing this whole time.
No, I mean, regardless of whatever happens, he's getting suspended anyways by the league, so it's not like it's something that we even have to worry about at this point, which is, it's good for the Dodgers.
Yeah, so that's it. I despite news things, I don't envision us talking about Trevor Bauer anymore on this podcast.
Nah, I'm good with that.
We got a lot of crap about our feelings about that whole situation before the season, and we were proven very right. So always trust your Blue Haven boys. Moving on, some good things.
Oh, look, positive news, guys. We don't have much positive news, but we
Corey
have more.
Knebel is coming back, hopefully next week. It looks like that. Dave Roberts on a couple days ago, as they say in the biz, he kind of dropped somewhat ish of a bombshell, even though it does match with the timeline that looked like it was going to be mid August. Knebel through 1+, as they like to call it. He got an up and down in a game, and he needs to go back to back, which is probably going to happen this weekend. But Dave is hoping to activate Corey Knebel sometime during the Phillies series. We've also had some really bad luck with getting people activated on time.
Yeah, remember when Corey Seager was supposed to be activated like 4th of July?
and then like a month later.
And they're like, we're going to wait a little bit. He's not feeling too good right now.
But, man, that is going to be a massive addition to the team because...
like I said, I mean, that's like adding another Blake Trinan. Like, he's not quite at Blake Trinan level or consistency, but you can have that potential out of him in the back of your bullpen. If you have the 7th, 8th, and 9th... I mean, we could talk about the 9th inning again, but if you got the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning locked up like that, I mean, that's a monster of a back-end bullpen, especially not considering adding in, playoff time like
on paper,
some starter or Tony Gonsolin or something along those lines.
Yeah, there's going to be bodies down there. The bodies will hit the floor. There's going to be some good options, but this is a good thing. This is pretty massive for the stretch run because, I don't know, again, everything's just been really weird for the greatest team in the history of baseball. They really have not put together much at the same time at any point this season. Another thing that's really going to massively help Trey Turner is joining the team tomorrow, Friday, or he's going to be flying into L.A. tomorrow, Friday. Might not join up until, or be on the active roster until, I don't know, Sunday at the earliest, but probably don't expect him until the road trip. They
probably
might just
the Philly trip,
yeah. They might just let's wait him out. How you feeling about that? Does that give you hope? Does that help you be optimized?
Yeah.
Optimism.
I think the only thing I don't look forward to the Trey Turner move is the fact that Dave has the ability to sit A.J. Pollock and play Cody Bellinger. That's the only thing I really stress about with it. And obviously you get Trey Turner in there, so it's like you're trading out A.J. Pollock for Trey Turner, which that's technically an upgrade, so I'm not going to be too upset about that. But, man, if he just keeps riding with Cody. I think the first thing that gave me hope was the fact that they bumped him to the 8th spot. That was the first thing where I was like, they are seriously considering, look at us, not riding with Cody. And there's fans out there that despite what Cody's doing right now is like, it does not matter. Keep him in the game at all times. And I just don't agree with that. I don't like what they're doing with it. I think that right now, maybe, your options are kind of limited, but once you get Trey Turner in there, I don't know how you justify letting Cody Bellinger take a 95-mile-an-hour fastball down the dick with the bases loaded. And
either watching it or just popping it up.
Go cross-eyed on it and whiff on it. I don't know how you can keep justifying that game in and game out. So I think that this is going to put a ton of pressure on Dave, and I really can't wait to see what he does with that pressure.
Hey, if it helps, Cody's platoon splits are pretty solid. He's batting 176 against right-handers as opposed to 146 against left-handers. So
he could be doing way better.
Hey, he's got that going for him. What do you think that would do to a former MVP to get sent to AAA or to get benched?
Look, man, if you're not mature enough to handle it, then
I don't think they would send him to AAA, by the way.
I do not think they will. And people have, we've talked about it for a long time. People keep talking about it. I don't think that they have that in them to send them back to AAA.
Vivian said Cody crossed the Menendez brothers line. I'm pretty sure that was
the Menendez brothers.
That was the other.
Yeah.
That was the last guy we were talking about. Yeah. But that was funny.
I mean,
because he's killing us.
And Ari says batting average is the worst stat ever, by the way. But Ari, you can look at a lot of different things about Cody Bellinger, and it'll tell you that he's not good.
Let's see. On base percentage, 268 versus left, and 267 versus right. So,
are you telling me that's bad?
I believe that is not good.
I think like Max almost reaches at twice the rate of that. I mean, you look at a lot of different numbers and it'll tell you that he's not good. That's all I got to tell you. You give him the eye test and it'll tell you that he's not good.
Yeah.
Right now. A 58 WRC plus, man. A 58.
Brian says it's just depressing to watch, which it is right now. Craig says haircut then AAA for Cody. It won't be AAA because, as Cornbread said, great name, Cornbread on YouTube.
Cornbread?
They won't send him down because they'll put him in for defense. So if he becomes
Billy McKinney can play defense.
Yeah, but he's not a Gold Glove.
Billy McKinney can play defense. And about the same speed. Why not? All I'm saying is that it's not a good excuse to be like, oh, great defender. I'm like, no one's that great of a defender.
Yeah,
okay, Billy Hamilton could be out there, and you still wouldn't hit him out there if he's batting that low. And Billy Hamilton does bat that low, by the way.
Got Terrence Gore's number?
Oof. I would take Terrence Gore in the lineup right now over Cody. I mean, that's my stipulation.
At least he would bunt.
Yeah,
like he would
he's
attempt
gonna do
to bunt.
something, man. I mean, Cody just feels lost, dude. And to be fair, I think that by the end of the year he will find it. To be fair,
which
year? I will say that.
Which year? We're getting that out of the way right now because I'm not letting you
like get
out on some technicality.
I think by the end of this season he will find it. I think he's going to go into October hot, and we're going to be getting the update like often. People are going to be pulling this clip like, look at these jackasses. They don't know anything about baseball.
We did it,
Blue
Reddit.
Haven podcast.
We're trying to do it, Reddit. We're doing it for you, the viewer.
See, look, Ari already said it. He said, y'all going to look really funny when Cody goes off in the playoffs. But playoffs.
Moving on. Another thing that got people real up in arms on Wednesday.
Real defensive about their players.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I get it. Cody could murder somebody and people would still defend him. So,
just because he got little baby cheeses pregnant.
Kevin already getting you with an update.
There you go.
Of the many things that happened during the Astros series, one of the more frustrating ones, I'll call it, is one fan absolutely effing Joe Kelly out of a clean inning. So we're going to play Let Him Stay or DFA. Then we're doing it's the fan edition of Let Him Play or DFA. So there was a fan. You guys have all seen it. There's a fan down the right field line. We call him Bartman Jr. because I'm pretty sure Steve Bartman's like 1,000 years old by now. 2003 was a long time ago.
He doesn't have the same name anymore, I don't think. He changed his name.
Prince. Yeah, he changed it to Prince.
His name's Prince?
Yeah, it's good. No. It's just a symbol.
Oh, yeah.
Joseph was having a really good inning, and he got 3 outs. Cody, for all the crap we give him, phenomenal defender, Gold Glover, won it in right field, was in right field, hasn't played there very much this season, and was right on that ball. He had it deep in the balls of that pocket, but somebody put their glove in the way. And it was real, on the line. To say it was a fan's ball, man. So, the evil Carlos Correa got to hit more, and he just straight dropped tank on a ball, on a pitch. I don't know. Say words.
Oh, man,
that was annoying.
Correa dicked that ball. And that, really took the air out of the wind for me for a second. Because it was just one of those moments where you just really wanted Joe to get him.
If you want this narrative, if you want the vitriol, the hatred, and all that stuff, you want fans to get over it, you needed a clean inning there. You really did. Joe Kelly, or you needed Kenley Janssen to not crap the bed. You needed it to be, the Dodgers take both games in the series 10-0 and just absolutely destroy them. But because the Astros got their licks in,
they did, and
it's not fun. So it's unfinished business.
If you look at the
this dude didn't help.
Any Astros fans, Twitter or their Instagram or whatever it is, all of them are like, nice swing, bitch. Like every single one of them think that they got the Dodgers because he hit that home run, and that doesn't happen if he's able to make that catch. He's able to make that catch if the fan doesn't get in the way. I understand as a fan, it's hard to not get excited. It's hard to not be like, there's a ball there, but you got a responsibility as a fan. If he had an Astros hat on, I'd be like, whatever. Like, he did good on his team. Good for him.
Harder.
Monica says, Bartman, you're off the hook for now. We forgive you. I don't think Cubs fans forgive him still. But I forgive him personally. I didn't want the Cubs to win that series.
That's reasonable.
That was the Miggy series, right?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby Miggy. Little skinny Miggy.
Little baby.
Yeah.
Aww. Now he's like 94. That's cool.
Back when he was only like 197.
I don't know if we should kick him out, though. I'm not a big fan of kicking out fans for making plays in the stands. He was in the stands.
Yeah, but it was on the damn line.
If you rush the field, get out.
That's one thing. He's in the stands. One thing I was surprised. Nobody got on the field. Nobody ran on the field. At least that I saw.
Oh man, they must have had some serious threats around the people.
There was a laser barrier.
Yeah.
I guess, has that been cut back a good amount since they added the extra netting?
Netting?
I guess so.
I'm assuming because you have to go all the way around.
No, because that's all the rich people's seats. So
rich people don't storm the field.
Anyways.
Only people like us storm the field.
All right, so we're not going to DFA the fan. Okay, I get it. That's fair.
Yeah, he could stay. It's fine.
You know one guy who did get DFA'd, though, today? Your friend Josh Reddick.
This is going to make everybody happy.
The clubhouse leader on Brooks' catch hands list, Josh Persephone Reddick, designated for assignment, released by one of the worst teams in Major League Baseball. One of the worst teams in Major League Baseball deemed this dude not good enough for their team. Go ahead and give me your thoughts on that real quick. Go ahead.
How satisfying.
It was delicious.
What a good day.
Not have been
just the way that it lined up was just so perfect. I mean, the little douche canoe on the following Tuesday's loss, posts a little thing. I'm like, you play for the Diamondbacks, dude. You're trash. Your wife has said several times about how you have to play with minor leaguers, and now you're a minor leaguer. So congratulations. And then just 24 hours, 48 hours later.
Less than
DFA, buddy. Hit the road, Jack. You can't even play for the worst team in baseball, cuz.
Maybe 30 hours later.
Trash human being, man. And, I had said before the Astros series that, you know what? I don't hold too much against the Astros anymore. I'm kind of over it. I don't really want to participate in anything more. I'm not going to be, wearing the Trastros stuff. I don't do crap like that. But I still hate Josh Reddick more than anything on earth. And I think Astros fans do too. And a lot of Astros fans were like, yep, absolutely. Hate that dude. And then after he posted the thing, Astros fans were like, I love him. He's so funny. He's still an Astro. And I'm like, you friggin' guys, dude. You suck. That's what you get, man. You know what, Josh? I challenged you to a fight. You didn't accept it. I'm going to call you a coward. I'm going to say you're afraid of me.
I told you, his wife didn't allow it.
And it is what it is. You're a professional athlete. You don't even want to fight a podcaster. I'm not even a YouTuber who has the money to train and get ready.
We played one softball game last night, and he's already decrepit.
My shoulder's toast. Look, I can't lift up my arm past that right now.
Really been struggling.
It's serious. I can't lift up my arm past that right now.
It's pretty bad. If anybody has some ibuprofen, he needs a lot of it.
Or just put me out of my misery.
So I hadn't actually looked it up. I just did. I didn't know that the Diamondbacks were the worst team in baseball.
No,
it makes sense.
Yeah.
How are you 5.5 games worse than the Baltimore Orioles? That's impressive.
They have
don't the Orioles
have an all-star?
Don't the Orioles have like one shared RV for their entire minor league organization?
No, it's their major league organization.
That's where their minor leaguers sleep in one RV. Each stop has to just share it. I think they get one container of bologna. Not even Oscar Mayer. Ugh. And they got to stretch that for a month. They're somehow better than the Arizona Diamondbacks. That's bad. And Josh Reddick got released from them.
Yeah. I wonder where he shows up next. You think he shows up somewhere? I mean, look, we're past the trade deadline now, so his value is going to be upped a little bit with major league organizations because you can't make a trade for anybody. There's a good chance he ends up with a really, really, really shitty team.
AB says these guys suck at comedy.
Well, AB...
Are we trying for comedy?
Your mom said she thought it was real hilarious.
What's the deal with lampshades?
I hope your mom's not dead because I have a tendency to accidentally insult dead moms. That's on me, I guess.
Speaking of dead moms, the Angels are coming to town. Kind of works.
They're dead? All dead.
Kind of works.
All dead moms are angels. Oh, my God. That's the name of this episode.
The Angels are coming to town. It's a situation where you really hope, you really expect, you really need the Dodgers to sweep because it's been a hot minute since the boys have got a sweep in there. Angels are bad. They're very bad. They're not Arizona bad, but they're bad. They've made some addition a little bit. They brought up their minor leaguer, like the top prospect, Joe Adell. So maybe it'll be a little bit of an improvement, but they're still not good. Mike Trout, anybody ever heard of him? Michael Trout will be making his return from the injured list after he blew out his something. They do have the Ohtani boy, who I know Gary's a big fan of.
He's not pitching though. Really wanted him to pitch.
And but wait, there's no DH. Is he going to play? He's going to attempt to play like first base or the outfield. How does that work? What has he been doing?
I don't know. I don't watch the Angels.
You're a big time insider journalist, aren't you?
The last time I watched the Angels was in that movie with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I
don't know what that is.
Angels in the Outfield.
Oh,
yeah. That was Joseph Gordon-Levitt. People don't realize that.
Were you born to that movie?
Huh?
Because it's old, but you're but it's also new. Basically, I'm saying you're young. Yeah. Anyways. Okay. Dodgers have David Price going on the bump for them. Julio Urias will be taking Game 2. That was supposed to be Clayton Kershaw's start. That's not happening. Walker Buehler. I guess is he moved? I guess it's on schedule.
On schedule.
It's on schedule. Butane is going on Sunday. Reed Detmers, who is
the number 2 pick or number 2 prospect.
He was their number 1 pick. He was their top pick last year in the weird, fake draft season.
COVID draft, yeah.
That's about it. Anthony Rendon, Tony Two Bags, Mr. Hollywood himself is done for the year. His hip was too Hollywood for him. How are you feeling about this one? What are your predictions?
Well, they should steamroll them, so they'll probably lose 2 of 3.
Yeah,
it's always the Angels, man. Every time. I will say that we're facing 2 lefties this week, and I'm really looking forward to Albert Pujols' redemption season. Mm-hmm. So if I can at least get some sort of Albert Pujols redemption against the Angels, I'll just be really happy and satisfied with that.
Absolutely,
we should steamroll this team.
Absolutely, going to be my favorite part of the whole thing.
AB says Rendon is a mom because he said he's dead.
See? Comedy,
baby. It's like, these guys aren't funny on this sports podcast.
I know, right? Some people's kids.
This is a comedy channel, man.
Let's see. All right, real quick. I had asked on Twitter what people want. People want you to talk about. So now that you've been drinking the whole show, let's go ahead and have some fun. I probably should have read these more.
So far, so good.
All right, Rebecca says, any chance Cody will go to AAA?
0 chance.
All right, Baca says Diamondbacks suck.
Yep.
Okay, good. We got some points there. Roach, Pacifico, or Modelo, which is the superior?
Modelo. Oh my gosh, it's not even close.
We'll give it a wash.
Ross Stripling bought us with Pacifico though. So
this is true. That's heartwarming. We bought out an entire bar of all of their Pacifico.
That was Cooper. Cooper
with
did
Cooper.
That. I did not do that. Cooper bought them all.
No, well, I guess Cooper did have that big time big swing. Yeah. Anthony asks, Curtin calls at Dodger Stadium. Who's gotten them and why?
Everybody, a bunch of them.
Yes,
Please gotten a few. I think he made his own.
This is one guy. I don't know if he's a troll or not. I don't know. But Bruce says, Clint got, I'm assuming he's saying, hey, Clint, I have 2 cases of free beer for Toy. Can get Dodgers All-Star hat, and I'll add $100 deal. Seek therapy?
He sounds like a good time. Yeah, he sounds like he's from my neck of the woods.
Tati, our friend at Nerdy Dodger, asked, does anybody really care about the Freeway series anymore? Real question. How do you feel about this crappy series?
I'm just looking forward to seeing Showtime. That's it. I don't really care about anything else. Does anybody really want to watch the Angels play except Ohtani?
And to losing 2 of 3.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. People wanted us to talk about, or wanted you to talk about Josh Reddick, which we already did. That unemployed man. And how was it? How did you feel surviving meeting Henry?
Henry's a good dude. Henry's a good time.
You only saying that because now he knows where you work.
He said he'll kill me. No, I'm just kidding. I did get to meet some people. One person. 2 people that I've never met before, I guess.
All right, that's about it.
If you see me at a game, don't talk to me.
Yeah, it's
not a good time.
Like, it's one of those things. Like, we want to meet people, we want to talk to people. Also, at the same time, come to us.
We will be at the game on
Saturday, August 21st, which is apparently now a 1 p.m. start.
They really dicked us, guys. They really dicked us.
Right in the sun.
And drunk.
Cats and dogs living together. Gary's going to be blitzed.
Oh, hammered.
Red.
He's going to try to buy a round for Dodger Stadium. It's going to be great. Judy's not going to be happy about it. Good news, though. We'll be there. If you want to come find us at that game, if you're there, we will gladly
let you drink a beer
buy you beer.
Yeah. Like, we only have some. And the more beer
we will let you drink in your beer next to us as we discuss baseball.
The more beer you guys drink off of Gary's dollar, the less our bonus is in December. So think of us. Think of the
please
children.
Don't let Gary buy you a beer.
I mean, or do. We're going to let him, probably. But, yeah, we'll see you there. You find us. We're not going to find you. Until then, find us on the internet. We are at DodgersNation.com. Subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/DodgersNationTV. You'll be glad you did. Find us on the internet with our podcast stuff. You could hear this again if you wanted to for some reason. iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, Pandora, everywhere your podcasts are available for free. We live there.
Don Kim says, what about Zach Hampel? A beer for him? Yeah, I'll throw one in his face.
Yeah, the way they were at Dodger Stadium. Let's go.
Yeah. Guys, I'm at BrookMe3. This guy over here is at RealFRG. We're both on Twitter and Instagram. And guys, we are at Dodgers Nation on Twitter and Instagram now. We did it, Reddit. We only have to say one now. Guys, we appreciate you for being here with us. We're sorry that we started off so sad, but hopefully we can end on dead moms. We love you guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.